right, good morning, everybody. What's going on? Vega here for SerpentX Tech. Welcome back to another episode of Caffeine and Crypto, where I welcome you to join me with your favorite caffeinated beverage of choice, energy drink, Bang, Nos, Monster, or coffee, or if you don't like coffee or any of that, maybe some tea. If you don't like caffeine, then some water, whatever. Or we go over some damn crypto news while drinking some coffee. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Markets tumbled, baby. Markets tumbled. Unfortunately, we got a little pullback. I say little. Well, a lot of people were kind of panicking there for a minute. But you know, don't panic. It's no reason to panic, right? Not financial advice, but I did call this last week. But I'm sure many of you did call it too. We saw it in the water, in the writing, in the air. I don't know. We saw it somewhere, and we knew this was gonna happen. Now we're still good. Right, we're still in an uptrend, right? Don't worry about my lines. My lines were original, right? And we did break out of it on the 27th. And my next thing was, you know, we're really gonna hit some serious resistance around 28K, but we didn't even make it to there. And so it looks like 25K is definitely gonna be a huge hurdle for us to get over before we can even think about 28K. And it's really going to come down to the amount of buying pressure we have behind us. But we'll see. We will see. Got some good topics to talk about. I will be playing you a video from Altcoin Daily if you like those guys. Really good guys. I hope to work with them in the future. But yeah, 540 million liquidated as Bitcoin and Ethereum plummet. 540 million liquidated. That's crazy. But you know, that's often what it takes, right? To have these candles go as far down. So that was all yesterday, right? Where we fell from 23.2 to 20,700, and now we're back up to 21 something. But that's a decent chunk of change right there. Decent chunk of change. And we had, you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and of course when these two top coins drop, everything seems to follow, right? So Binance Coin fell 8%, Solana fell 11.6%, Polygon 11.85%, Avalanche 14.3%, so on and so forth. And I've been a really bad person because I did not put any of these links in the description like I promised. My bad. So I need to do that if my description will load. Are you gonna load description? There you go. I don't know what's going on, but let me know how the stream is going, because lately over the past couple weekends, my stream was kind of stupid. My connectivity was dumb, and Comcast is just being Comcast. I've been talking to them. We did identify an issue on their end, but it requires a wire, a line to be dropped, ran, all that good stuff, and they better do it before the 10th. Otherwise, I don't want them touching it. I got it stable somewhat. You guys let me know, but we'll have to see how things pan out. So we're going to get into a couple other things, but obviously we need to talk about this market dip. Just sharing my thoughts, opinion. But thank you, Black Cat Crypto, for stopping by. Automatic Beats, Adam Williams, Retro Mike, Integra Guy, Magic Lucky, Dave Collins, Nerd 2188. Is that a year, or is that like your favorite numbers? That one guy, Oz, and Crypto Mikkel for the raid. Appreciate it. So we have sudden crypto market drop sends Bitcoin below 22K. A little bit of panic, fear, greed. Actually, let's go look at that. Fear and greed. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. That's always a good movie. Yeah. You know, last week we were feeling kind of confident, right? Thought we had some cojones, and then market slaps you back down, makes you come back to reality, and you're like, damn, just lost money. But you could also make money in a bear market. So you can make money on both sides of the coins. Just depends on how you're doing. I continue to stack them sats, GUI, or whatever you want to call it, while also earning additional crypto by using bot trading. Algo bots. Everybody's botting these days. Don't let them fool you. Everybody's botting, which we will talk about more bots in the future. But yeah, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Binance, I already gave you guys some numbers. Everybody's calling out those numbers for some reason. And why is this? Why is the market dropping? Well, I called for a couple things, and I'm sure it's more or less the world called for a couple things. We have a lot of fear and uncertainty going on right now with the market conditions, inflation throughout various countries, states. It's not just here. While we may be okay in the U.S., a lot of people across or abroad or across the pond are having a hard time, right? So there's a decline in crypto prices appears to be linked to poor inflation data in Germany. When inflation prices came out, it set a little bit of panic. Stocks fell, crypto fell, and really Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a whole was leading the charge recently that the stocks kind of followed. So, which is kind of cool, right? Because if the stocks start to follow Bitcoin instead of Bitcoin being correlated to stocks or traditional stocks, if the stocks become correlated to Bitcoin, that'd be kind of cool to me. Because, there's a whole new industry. It's a young gun in this world. A lot of people didn't have faith in it, but people are having more and more faith in it. We're seeing Bitcoin adoption happen more and more. And it's very interesting times. But, the panic, the concern, Germany PPI data, the inflation data, it's all things that cause panic. So Germany's annual producer inflation figures rose to a record high of 37% in July versus expectation of 32%. Producers' prices affect the prices of goods and services sold by manufacturers for that region. We get a lot of German automobile manufacturers in that area, Volkswagen, and many other things that actually get produced or made or combined in Germany and then sold out to the mass group. So, a lot of concerns there. While we may be okay, sort of, kind of in the U.S., it may not be the same. And it's like, how can I say this? The U.S. is doing better than other countries, but we're not doing good either. They're just doing worse, is what I'm trying to say. And so that caused some concerns. So the Dow Jones fell 0.8%, S&P and NASDAQ declined 2.1%, 1.3% respectively. So we had a decline across the board. Now gold, of course, the gold bug is always going to be like, aha, I told you, we're constantly going up. And then, like nana boo boo shit. But whatever. Anyways, let's talk about some good stuff, right? Let's talk about this. So I'm going to play you a clip from Altcoin Daily. I will get to any chats, super chats, tags, or anything like that in the live chat in just a moment here. But Altcoin Daily, I'm going to play a little clip from their video for us real quick. I may have to intervene.
The problem, of course, is that if we I'm going to be a little vague here, but if we, launch with MEV Boost and Flashbot Relay, or whatever that means, then it means that functionally we're launching with censorship built in from the merge. Like as soon as the merge lands, we've got censorship happening as soon as we hit the ground. Now, there are some caveats here.
And let me see if I can find the next part. Because we're talking about MEV Flashbots, right? And some of the concerns there, and there are some concerns about MEV Flashbots, not only the exploit, but the centralization of Ethereum that we will face here in just a minute. So let's see. Where does this start?
Watch this.
So the TLDR, for anyone who's been living under a rock, the U.S. government recently sanctioned one of the contracts on Ethereum. So allegedly, depending on how you interpret that, U.S. citizens are not allowed to interact with those contracts. And then some people are interpreting this in different ways. Some people believe that means that if you are a relay, you're not allowed to relay transactions. I would assume that some people also believe this means you can't gossip such transactions. There are some people who believe that you can't interact with any address who has interacted with those sanctioned addresses. There's just a very broad range of beliefs of what this actually means. No one's quite sure yet. So people are implementing different solutions all across the board. For the sake of this group and this discussion, I think the one that impacts us the most is the decision of Flashbots to censor transactions that are coming into the Flashbots relay. I think they actually do it on their builder side. I don't remember the exact technical spot where they do the blacklisting, but the functional effect is that if you send a censored transaction to the Flashbots relay, or if it sees one in the mempool, or you send a bundle to them that has it, they will just ignore that bundle or that block or that transaction, and they won't mine it. The problem, of course, is that if we kind of, I'm going to be a little vague here, but if we launch with MEV Boost and Flashbot relay, whatever that means, then it means that functionally we're launching with censorship built in from the merge. Like as soon as the merge lands, we've got censorship happening as soon as we hit the ground. Now, there are some caveats here. One, of course, miners can, or validators can choose to run whatever software they want. We can't stop them, and there is no way for us to functionally stop people from censoring. Two, there are Flashbots isn't the only relay builder. There's also Bloxroute. Bloxroute has 2 relays that will not be, they've asserted will not be censoring, and they have a 3rd relay that they'll be providing that is not live yet, but they plan on building that will be censoring. And then there's a 3rd party, Manifold, who claims to be building a relay, but they don't have anything to show for it yet. And so the question I think we have to answer, and this is, again, ideally, if we can answer this somehow without getting into the philosophy, that'd be great, but I don't know if that's going to be possible, is do we want to go into the merge with MEV Boost and all the associated software and connections and tutorials and documentation, etc., when we know that the centralized entities that are going to be in control of this are providing censorship software to their users? I don't think there's an easy answer to this. I mean, I have pretty strong opinions, but even I recognize this is a complex situation, and there's not an easy and obvious answer. Especially with Bloxroute, who is, so Flashbots is a little more clear cut, like they're only offering censorship, that's the only option. Bloxroute is a little different because they are offering the user to choose. The caveat there is that you'd be pointing users, say, hey, go check out Bloxroute, and then they go to Bloxroute, and Bloxroute is telling them, hey, this is how you undermine censorship resistance of Ethereum by running this thing. Or if you don't want to undermine Ethereum, run this thing. And so I can definitely see, some people may feel differently on either side. The other caveat I'll say before we start discussing is that I recognize that this is the all-core devs call. I recognize it's mostly execution layer devs, and we've kind of handed the keys of the kingdom, so to speak, over to the consensus layer. So the consensus layer is in a better position to actually do something here than I think the execution layer is. The reason I wanted to bring it up is just because the merge is so close. I think there's value in getting the discussion going, and because we do have some consensus layer clients on this call, and so it's a good opportunity just to discuss.
So, with what's going on and some of the concerns that were raised in the past about MEV, and I've been talking about MEV for a hot minute. I believe Mike brought it up during the EIP 1559 meeting, which if you haven't checked out that meeting, that was a while ago between a few of the, it's going to be very similar to what you're going to see on September 10th, because on September 10th, we're going to have a giant meeting with all your favorite crypto content creators, crypto YouTubers, crypto experts. I have been talking to Micah and Timbiko, and I've been trying to absorb some of that knowledge. I can't do it justice. So Michael, or Mike from Bits Be Trippin', very knowledgeable, has a better understanding from the dev side, I guess you could say, or the logistical side of the dev's mindset, and he can articulate it much better. Max Voltage, very underrated, needs to get more subs, more views, very knowledgeable, and can, again, understand the data, understand the information the devs are providing, and articulate it in a much better way than even myself. But this meeting is going to be profound, because it's going to be one of the largest meetings that I've ever tried to gather everybody in one place to talk about the upcoming merge, the pros, the cons, the environmental impacts, what's going to happen, MEV boost, so on and so forth. So there's a lot of concern once proof of stake comes upon us that the censorship software, the centralization of Ethereum are going to work with various entities, right? Because there's a lot of people that are validators or participate that would comply with OFAC or any SND list or whatever it may be. So there's some questions out here. It's like, for example, that's Micah's question, but last week crypto lawyers invented a new doctrine that if a person receives crypto from a sanctioned address, that person or that person's address is now sanctioned despite not being on the SND list. So if somebody from a sanctioned address sends you or you transact with them that could cause you or your address or your entity to be sanctioned. And then they start making analogies like, somebody does a bad act with a screwdriver and now the screwdriver is sanctioned. Don't sanction the tools, sanction the person, the individual itself. So that precedence is kind of scary, and I may have taken that a little bit out of context, Micah. I'm sorry, but they do raise some good points, and I'm gonna have Altcoin Daily's video and much more linked in the description if you want to check it out. But what are your thoughts about that? Because we do know, well, I from looking at what I see, we do see that much of the validators, the nodes, everything that proof of stake Ethereum is going to run on is pretty much centralized, right? So what do you think is going to happen when these guys start complying, right? So Vitalik doesn't like it too much. He's kind of disappointed at the possibility of Ethereum censorship by the U.S. Treasury or OFAC. And, there are several reactions to the OFAC forced censorship of Tornado Cash on a crypto mixer. First, many are expressing concerns about a potential Ethereum censorship after its transition. Though with the merge, the blockchain would gain more validators from the beacon chain. However, data has a Dune dashboard revealed that there's 66% of the beacon chain validators would stick to OFAC action. So if a particular entity, wallet, address, contract was indeed, listed, they would comply with whatever action the government or governments deem necessary. And that's kind of that's a concern. And if we go even further, there's more to this, right? So besides getting compliance for validators, there are other aspects of considerations to make potential censorship. First, the idea of most staking providers like Coinbase, Lido, Staked, Bitcoin, Swiss, and Kraken Exchange that may comply with OFAC censorship and regulation against Ethereum. The broader view, many believe Ethereum is more susceptible to forced regulations and censorship once proof of stake comes about. And that's true, right? Right now, it's more decentralized on the proof of work algorithm than it would be on proof of stake. So there are many concerns out there as to what's going to happen. And it's not going to stop there. The decentralized finance ecosystem is also at risk with increasing enforcement from governments and regulators. Hitting hard on open source technology and developers distorts the basis of decentralization. Potential targets are different DeFi assets, applications, projects, such as smart contracts, protocols, stablecoins, DAOs, and firms. Besides centralized exchanges, some decentralized protocols comply with OFAC sanctions and censorship. For example, Aave, Circle, Alchemy, Didex, Infura, I may have said that wrong, Balancer, Uniswap have all blocked addresses connected to Tornado Cash. And people start to wake up. Tornado Cash, Terra Luna, this whole situation that we've been through in this recent downwards trend in crypto has really opened the eyes of many users and individuals that participate in the ecosystem, which is why privacy is such an important thing. But then what are the regulators going to do against privacy coins? Monero, Conceal, so on and so forth. If they're trying to regulate open source into the ground, because they want to have control over everything, and they do. Our governments, let's not lie to each other, the governments always want to have control over every little aspect of our damn lives, and that kind of stagnates growth, right? We don't want them to regulate it into the ground. We want to make sure that the politicians, the government officials, the individuals that can influence policy are properly educated. Hence why many individuals are out there trying to advocate, trying to educate, and that's also the arena that I would like to step into. I would have to start off local, but I'm very interested to sit down with some of the local leaders in my community/area, and we'll see, how things go and try to guide them the best of our ability. But it's a very big concern. So live chat, let's check you out, and let's see what are you guys thinking about this whole censorship situation. MEV Boost, we're going to talk in more detail on the meeting on September 10th. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. I'll try to have a list to all our guys that will be in the live stream in the description. But it's all the faves that most of you already know. But what are your thoughts on the concerns that, you know, once Ethereum goes proof of stake, a little bit more centralized, how easily it could be censored? All right, stream is smooth. Everybody's talking. U.S. cleanest shirt is dirty laundry. Hang on, let me put this on something so you guys got something to watch while I'm watching here. All right, so it looks like relay equals attack point, no send blocks or open targets. What do they mean by censorship? So like, I'm going to stop you from acting in this way on this platform or this use case. I'm going to stop you from being able to speak freely about your opinions and thoughts on this platform. I'm going to stop you from interacting with said address, said contract, said platform, said exchange, DEX, whatever. 32 ETH is cheap, is a cheap attack at sub $100. Yeah, that's true. That means they can lock any wallet or reverse any transaction. We saw with the recent merge that they can roll back blocks very easily, aka remove most of what makes ETH a crypto. If it has proof of stake or validators or relays, BlackRock has more than 66% control of it. And that's the hard part, right? Is, you know, while we're sitting here gathering this Gwei and this Ethereum, many of the bigger players are gathering control of the actual ecosystem, right? The validators, the nodes, stuff like that. So that's very concerning. But we'll talk more about it on the Ethereum September 10th meeting. I'm blowing through these articles, guys, so I'm sorry. We may end up being done before 12, but any questions, concerns, maybe thoughts, opinions, please at me, send me a super chat, whatever. So Ethereum Foundation clarifies the upcoming merge upgrade will not reduce gas fees. And I really feel like I need to go back to the censorship situation with what's going on, concerns, stuff like that. But I really want to save much of it for the meeting. But that's a very important topic that I would like to let the pros, such as Mike from BBT or Max Voltage, or Micah and Tim speak to. And I reached out to them. They won't be able to make it to the meeting, but I did ask for any thoughts, insight, additions, subtractions, corrections that they feel that won't alter the original document. I would review, evaluate, and add to, or you know, have that on the side, because I want to keep the original document the way it is. It is a document. It's just an outline, a guideline for us to stay constructive through our meeting and make sure that we're on track for time. Because I know we're going to be dipping into, say, for example, Chump Change's live stream, and him and his boys, you know, Hawk Crypto, so on and so forth, are going to want to do their live stream, but we're dipping into it. I did ask if they could delay it a little bit. We'll see what happens. But if anything, they may drop off the meeting, go do their live stream, and then we'll just flow right into theirs, bring them some love and some care. So Ethereum Foundation clarifies the upcoming merge upgrade would not reduce gas fees. We've been talking about this for a while. I've been trying to advise people because there's so many articles. Even this article right here, look, at the very bottom, it says activity on Ethereum blockchain will rise as developers and users flock to take advantage of higher speeds and lower fees. It's not going to lower the fees. Like, the fees are low already compared to what they were. Yeah, the fees are low already. But the gas fees are a product of network demand relative to the network's capacity, right? So when Ape Coin came out, or when Bored Ape Yacht Club came out, or something happened in an NFT space and things got popping, there were starting to be delays, backups, gas fees were getting crazy. When those things happen, that's when you see gas fees get astronomical. But this upgrade or switch to proof of stake is not going to relieve the gas pressure. The merge depreciates. Depreciate, is that how you say that? I don't know. Deprecates the use of proof of work, transitioning to proof of stake for consensus, but does not significantly change any parameters that directly influence network capacity or throughput. So just because the merge is coming doesn't mean gas fees are going to get better, but I see so many articles and so many news outlets and so many others just say that. It's not correct. It's not correct. Okay? And obviously another one is about the energy consumption. We'll talk about that as well, environmental factors, stuff like that, energy consumption in the meeting. I'm very excited. This is going to be one of the biggest meetings the crypto community has ever had. And right now, only 34 of you probably know about it. Maybe 50 know about it. But once we get closer, I'm going to have my brothers and sisters tweet it out there. See if we can't get some traction on there. It will be streamed here on this channel as the primary. Of course, some of our brothers and sisters may stream as a secondary, but I really like to draw attention not only to the meeting itself, but to the overall topic. We're going to get it out of the way. It looks like September 15th is going to be the date of the merge, but that can be delayed depending on the hash rate. If the hash rate drops significantly, we could go further back from the 15th. But Mark Cuban believes Ethereum's transition to proof of work from proof of work consensus to proof of stake could be a double-edged sword. In his view, the investors' excitement surrounding the move could surpass the actual use case of the merge and create a sell-to news event. And it really has. Ever since the merge date was finalized, we've been on this upward trajectory. And it's fine. It's fine. I don't have anything against it. But it's been kind of, buy the rumor, sell the news type crap. And we started pumping up since that date from around $900, got all the way up to almost 2K. Well, we surpassed 2K, and now here we are again around 1,600. So it is already that type of stuff, and it's really turning into a drama, right? We're watching the Ethereum dev calls, we're listening. Everybody's talking about Ethereum. That's why last week's episode was titled Ethereum. I'm really getting tired of talking about Ethereum. No disrespect, I love the project. It does suck that they're moving away from the miners that kind of prop them up and help them get a foothold in the crypto sphere. But the product's got to grow, and there's other proof of work coins that can use our support, love, and help. Now, this is an opinion piece from CoinDesk, how the merge will change the weird world of Ethereum Mempools. And there's a couple things that I do want to read to it, or read from it to you, if you let me, because I know me reading to you, many of you don't like. I'm not trying to be like any of the other crypto content creators out there, but there are certain aspects that I just want to make sure is crystal clear, because it's going back to MEV Boost, right? So MEV, or maximal extracted value, or miner extracted value, whatever they want to call it these days, is a secretive industry built on extracting value from block production. And this is a pretty good analogy, right? So your trade goes into a mempool and is spotted by the bot. It copies your trade exactly and pays a miner a priority fee. So it's like I'm in line, right? I'm trying to get into the club. It's got to be certain attire, right? No hats, no craziness. Got to look proper, whatever. I'm at the line. I'm ready to go in. And they stop me at the line. They're like, no, your shoes, no, your hair, no, your chain, whatever. They stop me, and I really want to get in, so I'm gonna pay them so they can let me in. You're like, yo, bro, come on. Oh, here's a 20. Let me ride through. All right, cool. Go ahead. But the next guy, same shit, same attire, he can't get in, and he's not gonna pay homeboy to let him in. So I'm paying to get ahead. And it's similar to that, and I know that was a poor analogy as well. But let's use their example here. The bot then goes on to buy 2,000 example coin for the price of 200 EC per ETH, right? So 200 example coin per ETH. Now it's your turn. You're expecting to get 200 example coin per ETH, but the bot has front run the transaction, causing the price to shift. So you only get 199 EC per ETH. So you receive, instead of 2,000, 1,990 example coin for your 10 ETH. Once the transaction goes through, the price of example coin will shift again. This time, 1 ETH will buy you 198 example coin. This means the bot can sell its 2,000 example coin for 10.1 ETH, netting a profit of 0.1 ETH. Now, that doesn't seem like much, but when the bot is constantly running, over time, front-running transactions, it can become very lucrative. And there's been a lot of that, right? These pools, before EIP 1559 meeting, the pools were not offering MEV payouts to their miners. They were keeping all that profit, baby. They were keeping it all. And I, and including many others in this space, maybe my voice wasn't as loud as others, even though I was one of the first to talk about it besides max voltage. Like, where's our cut, bro? Where's our cut? You know, I flew everything over from Colombia so you could get the best and you could flip it on the street. And you selling me out, man. You ain't giving me my cut. Like, what's up? So pools started offering MEV profits to their miners. Not as much. They're still taking a decent chunk of it. And many pools probably aren't even paying out their miners anything from that MEV cocktail. And it's very disappointing. But that isn't going anywhere. When proof of stake happens, MEV Boost will still be there. And there's a number of concerns about it. Number of concerns. Not only attack vectors, exploits, but just the overall, how can I say this? The overall instance of it, right? So let's say this continues. People are making pretty good money off of it, right? There are ways to subjugate it or to sidestep it. There's Flashbots Protect. That's one way. The Eden Network allows stakers to use their services on a private basis to avoid that. And there's even, this is what they call sandwich trading, right? You're sandwiching trades. You're buying this at this low price. Then you're flipping it to this. And then by the time you come back around, the price of the original item that you bought is, times 1.5 or whatever. Then you flip it and you make your money again. So it's sandwich trading is good, but there's also poison pills or sandwich trading that can poison the person initiating it. And that caught some people by surprise in the past. And I forgot the gentleman or the individual, the dev that made it. But there are ways to kind of get that under control or to avoid it or to lessen it. But people are making a lot of money right now using MEV to sandwich trade, even though it may be 0.01 ETH or 0.1 ETH or 0.05 ETH. If you times that by however many trades go on in a day, they're making pretty damn good money. And there's obviously some numbers, right? Let's see here. There's a dashboard. Let's see if this dashboard tells us. MEV Explorer, here we go. So this data, I think, is from, all right, so the last 30 days, MEV has made $6,406,335. That's pretty damn good. Total, we're getting close to $700 million. That's nuts, guys. That's nuts. Seems like there was a spike here on this day. I don't know what this day is. I can't see it on the chart. There it goes. So it's around May 19th, 2021. Damn. 43 million in one day. Damn. I want some. Why can't I have some? Anybody know how to do arbitrage bots since this is legal? Since people are getting away with this, including pools, why can't the small guy get some? What's up? Hit me up. Twitter, DM. Like, this is some BS. This is some BS. But we gotta live with it because it's gonna happen in proof of stake. This stuff kind of irritates me a little bit, but what can you do? What can you do? On the bright side, right? So MEV Boost is gonna be around for proof of stake. There are concerns around it, but I think overall, proof of stake is gonna be a positive move for Ethereum. It sucks. I know many of you have commented, tweeted at me, DM me, get them to delay the merge. I can't get them to delay the merge, unfortunately. It is going through. The difficulty bomb is going to go off, and things are going to continue forward as they are. But I do think that the switch to proof of stake is going to have some very much positives, and as well, there's going to have to be upgrades and updates that are going to make Ethereum a much better ecosystem overall. However, when Ethereum leaves, I believe there will be other mining opportunities for us people with hardware to continue on making the profits. But let me check live chat real quick. I'm going to go on to some positive news and then wrap up the stream here. Let's see what the transaction cost of Ethereum is right now. $0.61, not bad. What are the block times? Block times, 13 seconds. All right, not bad. What's up, New England Crypto? I was just talking about you the other day. All right, so let's see here. Sam Fisher, thank you for joining the show. It would reduce gas fees if people aren't using it. Yes, Black Cat Crypto. If people didn't use Ethereum, it would reduce gas fees. Is it true that Canada limiting people to have no more than 30K of crypto? Yes. It is true that Canada is trying to limit people in the amount of cryptocurrency they earn because they want more for themselves. What do you think? All right, so let's see here. BTC is at 1 sat. Is it? The merge will not fix gas fees or anything other than moving it from proof of work consensus to proof of stake consensus. Yes. Oh, wow. What happened there? The website went down. Oh, no. That's weird. I've never seen that happen before. That was really weird. All right. Cool. Everybody's hanging out. New England Crypto. I believe that we are in for a heck of a ride for the next few months to a year. I personally am very excited about it. Good. And there's a few of you that I've invited to the meeting. I haven't gotten everybody. And again, not everybody's going to have their chance to shine, their spotlight, their soapbox moment. I want to keep it constructive. I want to stay on topic. But I've DM'd a number of you. I don't have direct contact with every single one of you, but New England Crypto, you know how to find me. And just know that you may not have, you could join, but you may not have that soapbox moment, even though everybody from big to small is invited to this meeting. The problem is I can't get everybody to have their time to speak, right? Like I can't give 5, 15, 10 minutes because there's so many different topics that we need to cover in a short amount of time that I'm just trying to get the meeting done. I want leaders in the space to really, provide the information. I want this to kind of be like the one-stop shop for everybody, right? Any questions about the Ethereum merge should be answered or addressed in this question, right? Stop asking us the same damn question. What are we going to mine after Ethereum? Is gas fees going to go down? Is it really beneficial for XYZ? What are the pros? What are the cons? Stop. Wait to the 10th. We will answer your questions. But Ukraine, and this is going on to the positive news now. So Ukraine has shown the value of cryptocurrency offers to real people. People that are struggling in Ukraine because of the situation that's there. And that's what's still going on. I want people to understand that. Russia is still in Ukraine. Ukrainians are still battling for their lives. Nothing stopped. Just because we stopped paying attention to it, just because we stopped looking at it, doesn't mean it stopped. I still have friends out there that are battling for their lives. And that sucks. We shouldn't be in this state. But we have geopolitical tension, we got financial tensions, and we got tensions between various countries because I stepped on their land, or I went in their sea, or I went in their air. Like, this is petty stuff. We should be focusing on more important things as a species than whose land I'm on, how much wealth one has, what I did yesterday, what I ate, like petty stuff. Like, I don't understand where the mindset is of everybody, but I'm still looking for the future. I'm still looking forward or ahead. Ukrainians are using cryptocurrency to survive, plain and simple. And this enables fleeing refugees to buy crucial goods and services when there's no cash or ATMs after critical infrastructure has been decimated by relentless Russian attacks. So digital currencies are showing a use case where fellow human personnel, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, mothers, daughters, sons, fathers, can't get the things they need. They can't get the money to buy the things they need, so they're using cryptocurrency to buy it. So it's good to see that that's happening. It sucks that that has to happen to show the positive. But for all my fellow colleagues over there in Ukraine, be safe. My thoughts and prayers are with you. Russia, I really hope you look at the big picture and stop what you're doing. But I know my words mean nothing to you. But moving on, more positive news. I got a little bit grim there. E-commerce giant Mercado Libre introduces cryptocurrency in Brazil, plans wider Latin use. So more adoption, greater aspirations for what the future holds as various platforms continue to allow cryptocurrency transactions or intake cryptocurrency transactions or accept it for, XYZ. Because, back in the day, I will sell you my chickens for some milk, or, I would give you some bread for some wheat. I don't know. I got nothing. But, bartering back in the day has now become, fiat / crypto. And eventually I think fiat is going to go to the wayside and it's all going to be digital currency. Now, whether it's state-sponsored digital currency or something else, that's a different story. I know many are advocating for digital currency, but the dollar that's in your bank account is a digital currency. Unless you have the physical money, it is a digital currency. It's just, how does that transact? What is the ecosystem behind it that helps the funds go from left to right, from bank to bank, from person to person? That's the biggest thing. So we'll see how that shapes up, but it's good to see that we got an e-commerce giant also entering the space and cryptocurrency being involved. Houston man, a little random story here for you. I'm not going to put this in the description, but Houston man lost $200,000 in cryptocurrency investment. I don't know what happened, so let me look through it real quick. It looks like he basically lost access to it. Yeah, so he invested in cryptocurrency and he can't access it. Appears. So there's $420,000 in cryptocurrency available on his account online. However, he can't withdraw any of those funds. McCullen tried to withdraw $2,000 from the account while speaking to KPRC. 2 investigates and receive a message from the company. It says, sorry, your account is currently not available to withdraw funds. Why? Said a friend put him in touch, blah, blah, blah. Both of us, The company looks legitimate at first glance, McCollum, and he said he saw his initial investment earnings money. On the website, it's showing how much I was making every single day. As soon as it happened, I knew something was wrong. McCollum, when he tried to withdraw his money, he was suddenly told he had to pay personal income tax. As soon as it happened, he knew something was wrong. I had to borrow from my mother's retirement. I had borrowed from my 401k. I tried to work with them back and forth, everything, and they say it's always just ended up in the same thing. No, you have to give us money from external funds. Wow. Wow. It was a scam. What the hell is the name of this app? What is the name of this thing? Did it give us the name? Interesting. Be careful where you put your damn funds, guys. Be careful where you put your damn funds. Oh, he was texting and talking through him through WhatsApp. Interesting. And I've been seeing a lot of that. WhatsApp, Telegram, stuff like that. And I think WhatsApp is trying to tout itself as like very secure and encrypted and stuff like that. But there's a lot of people on there that like to scam the out of you, boy. Tell you what. So you gotta be careful. Wasted Trash Panda, $1.49 gives me a banana. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. But yeah, September 10th. Big meeting with all your favorite crypto YouTubers. Maybe not some of your favorite, but some people in the space that I definitely want to get involved. Again, not every single person will have a moment to speak, or like, you know, the room is dedicated to them. I want to keep it organized. I don't want people talking over each other. If there is going to be a disagreement, no yelling. We're going to keep it a clean fight, ladies and gentlemen. Clean fight, nothing below the belt. We're just going to focus on topics, discuss opinions, thoughts, concerns, questions, comments, review some live chat comments, so on and so forth. But we got myself, Bits Be Trippin', Son of a Tech, Mind Your Biz Sev, Red Panda Money, The Hobbyist Miner, DJ Mines, possibly Chump Change. Still got some family things that they're worried about, or they're responsible, because that's what responsible people do, right? They got to take care of their family, got to take care of business. I'm in the same boat. But Max Voltage, MC, GPU Rogers, Crypto McKell, we actually have some pulls coming as well. And then we were probably going to have some thoughts, comments, or entries from our favorite devs, Micah and Tim Biko. So if Tim gets back to me. Tim's got a different schedule. Micah's in Asia, so our time schedule is a little bit off. So when I'm up, they're asleep. When they're asleep, I'm up. So it just kind of works back and forth. But very interesting. I look forward to this meeting. Do me a favor, and when you guys get a chance, share out this video as we get closer. If you share it out today, just remember to share it again in the future. Decent meeting with a lot of knowledgeable people in the space. Wife sounds like she just got home, so probably going to wrap up things. And we'll see how it goes in the long run. Yeah, 3 Fox. It's going to be good. Going to be good. We'd love to have you join us, but I understand. So listen, hang out, stuff like that. Yep, wife just got home with some groceries. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. It is 11:48 a.m. We're leaving 12 minutes early. But I appreciate every single one of you. I thank you for your time. And please do me a favor on the way out. Hit the like button. Make sure to get subscribed. Hit the notification bell to stay up to date. And make sure to check out links in the description that help support the channel, like the dogedoor.com and much more. I have other links in there. Octaminer as well. If you want to buy an Octaminer frame. It's all kinds of good stuff down there. Help support the channel. Help support our local, not local, but our crypto entrepreneurs out there that's helping out the community. And so we'll see how things go. I've been making some shorts lately. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me in other, like Instagram and other stuff. I haven't TikTok yet, but I'll eventually get it. Eventually. Maybe. We'll see. Anyways, I'm out of here, guys. Take care.